Today's practice is the perfect flow to wind down before bed. We will begin with a moon flow to open up through the body, and we'll end with some relaxing poses. You may want a yoga block, or if you don't have one, a book works as well. Take a moment to get what you need and let us begin. A moon flow is a repeated set of postures similar to a sun salutation, except with cooling rather than warming energy. We will run through a set of asanas, starting with standing crescent and ending with malasana, and repeating in the opposite order on the other side. I will let you know when we begin and end the sequence. We will begin in a child's pose at the back of the mat, knees spread out to the width of the mat, tailbone to the heels, hands outstretched in front of you. And just take a moment to arrive. Take a moment to let go of the day. Let go of any negativity, let go of any worries, anything that didn't go the way that you would have liked it to have gone. Just let it go, let the body relax. Begin to pay attention to the inhale and the exhale, just watching it, not changing it, not trying to fix it, not judging. And with every exhale, let go a little further. Let go of all those worries, everything that's in the past, and set an intention for the practice. Set an intention to let go of all that no longer serves you. Take one last inhale here, and on your exhale, begin to rise up into a hands and knees position, making sure that your shoulders over your hands, hips are over your knees, and beginning to take a cat-cow, inhaling and softening through the belly, looking up, exhaling, rounding through the spine, looking towards your belly button. Inhale, softening through the belly, exhale, round through. One more time. Inhale, exhale, and then on your next inhale, tuck your toes and lift up into a downward facing dog. Lifting your right leg up and back behind you, bending the knee and taking a few hip circles one direction, and then the opposite direction, just warming through the hip joint. And back into downward facing dog, lifting the left leg up and back now. And same thing, bending the knee, taking some hip circles, lubricating the joint. Next, exhale back to a downward facing dog. Look between your hands, hop or step to the top of the mat in a forward fold, just releasing, maybe grabbing opposite hands to opposite elbows if that feels good. And on your exhale, rolling up. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, arms down. Now turning to face the long end of the mat, feet are about hip widths apart. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky, clasping fingers, index fingers extended, and stretching to the right side, stretching out the left side body. Your next exhale, coming back to center. And stretching to the left side now, making sure that your hips and shoulders remain squared to the front. And exhale, coming back to center, unclasping your hands and stepping your feet out wider than hip widths apart. Feet are slightly turned out, and sink the hips down into goddess squat. Hands can be in cactus position or out to a T. Core is engaged, hips are tucked. And exhale, extend through the knees, extend through the arms into star position, reaching out to the corners of the room, taking up space, stretching out. On your next exhale, pivot your right foot where it's pointing to the short end of the mat. Shift your weight into your left hip. Arm reaches forward to touch either the shin or you can place it on a block. Left hand extends up towards the sky into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Your next exhale, rise back up, pivot your hips facing the short end of the mat into pyramid pose. Right leg is towards straight. Left foot is at a 45-degree angle. Back is flat. Breathing into the stretch. Feeling the stretch in the right hamstring. And now coming into a low lunge. Left foot extends back behind you. Left knee to the ground. A right low lunge, feeling the stretch in the hip flexor. Breathing here. On your next exhale, rising back up, pivoting the hips into a low side lunge or skandasana. You can stay up high, or if it's within your practice, lower down, and you can even take a bind if that's within your practice by clasping your fingers around behind that bent knee, the right knee. One more breath here. And rising back up, taking a malasana. You can either stay in a goddess type squat if that's comfortable for you, or drop all the way down. Something that can also help is putting a block or a bolster underneath your tailbone, something to bring the ground up to you. One more breath here. On your next exhale, rising back up, taking a skandasana or that side lunge, now on the left side, either staying up high or lowering down, and taking the bind if you did on the other side. Just breathing into the hips, lots of hip openers. Now we're going to be repeating the same poses that we did on the other side. On your next exhale, rising back up, pivoting the hips into a low lunge, lowering that right knee, feeling the stretch through the hip flexor, breathing into it. And on your next exhale, lifting back up into a pyramid pose. Left leg comes towards straight, right foot is at a 45-degree angle, back is flat. Feeling the stretch through that left hamstring. Breathing in and letting go of the tension. And rising back up, pivoting the right foot and coming into Trikonasana, shifting the weight into your right hip, left hand to the shin or to a block, right arm reaches up towards the sky. On your next exhale, strong through the core, lifting back up to standing and reaching out to the corners of the room into star pose. Next exhale, sink the hips down into a goddess pose once more, making sure to engage through the core, tuck the pelvis under. And on your next exhale, standing back up, reaching the arms above the head, clasping the fingers, index fingers extended, and stretching to the left side first into crescent pose. Exhale back to center and stretch over to the right. Exhale back to center. Inhale, arms down. Take a step to the front of the mat, lowering down to the mat in a seated position, soles of the feet together, knees falling to either side, and leading with the chest, falling forward into a butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Breathing into the stretch, feeling the stretch through the hips. Taking one more breath here. On the exhale, rising back up, bringing your knees together and rolling back one vertebra at a time onto your back, hugging the knees to the chest, rocking side to side, and bringing your right knee over your left knee, knees bent, reaching and grabbing the blade edge of your feet, gently pulling it towards you in a reclined shoelace position. You should feel this as a stretch in the outer hip area. Just breathe into the stretch and switching sides. This time the left knee over right, left leg over right, grabbing the blade edge of the feet, gently pulling towards the body. Just pull far enough that you feel a gentle stretch, no pain, no electric pain, just the dull ache of good stretch. Taking one more breath, and on your exhale, releasing the feet, unwinding the legs, maybe taking a rock side to side, bringing the soles of the feet down to the mat, shifting the hips to the right, knees fall to the left, knees are stacked, hips are stacked, arms out to a T in a spinal twist. Just releasing everything, coming back to the breath. Take one more deep breath in, and on your exhale, bring the knees back to center. And coming to the other side. Hips shift to the left, knees fall to the right, knees and hips are stacked, arms out to a T, making sure that you are twisting from the upper back, and just relax. One more breath here. Coming back to center. You're welcome to pause the video, take any additional postures that you would like to take. Maybe take a shavasana, or if you'd like to end with me, roll to one side and meet me in a seated position. Taking one more moment, close your eyes, just notice how your body feels compared to how it felt at the beginning of the class. Take one more breath with me. Inhale, arms reaching up to the sky. Exhale, hands meet at the chest in Anjali Mudra. Namaste. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. See you next time.